Hello everybody, this is Stephen House and this is Full Time Devils. Manchester United have beaten Saint Etienne in France 1-0 to go through to the next stage in the Europa League. We advanced, we got the job done, we did it with the minimal of fuss, but the big talking points is going to be what's happened to Mkhitaryan and what's happened to Michael Carrick. Is that going to be a problem for us going forward? How's this going to affect us on Sunday? And what is the long-term injury looking like for these two players? Because those two players have started to become key in what's happening at Manchester United this season. So I think it's going to be a big thing for how we figure out what's wrong with these guys for starters and how long they're going to be out. I thought the referee was quite poor again. The officials... It's worth saying because yes we got through minimal fuss, but again the officiating was poor, and I don't ever just want to bring up the officiating when we win a game. If it's poor, when we lose a game, because that sounds like sour grapes. We've won the game, we didn't concede a goal, but again the officiating was poor. Maybe Mourinho was right to play such a strong team, maybe he didn't need to play such a strong team. The early goal basically killed the tie. Fantastic. That was what we set out to do. I think that was probably what Mourinho set out to do as well. Get an early goal and then put the tie to bed. Once the tie's been put to bed, then we don't need to worry about it. In truthful, it was a bit of a boring game, wasn't it? We can't really say it was an exciting game of football. Certainly what we saw at the Etihad last night wasn't an exciting end-to-end real game of football. It was played at quite a slow pace, really. So it was what it needed to be. We didn't want a game that was all blood and thunder ahead of what was going on Sunday, so I'm going to take it. The big issue is, what now with Michael Carrick? This is where the issue comes now, because we haven't addressed Michael Carrick, because we haven't addressed the replacement for him, because we've only managed to find one way of working this midfield three in. Then I don't know what we do from here. I don't know how we replace Michael Carrick in this starting 11 when he's out injured. This is a problem for us. I think Jose Mourinho got that midfield and was like, right, that's sorted. Now I can look at the forward three. The forward three has started to become sorted. The back four has started to become sorted. Now he needs to go back and look at that midfield and be like, right, what's plan B for this midfield? Because I don't think it's Fellaini, unfortunately. I'm not sure it's Schweinsteiger with his current state of match fitness and all the rest of it. So we need to figure out what the crack is. I'm going to see what you guys are saying in the comments in a second. But just on the game, I thought we played very solid. We didn't look to expand ourselves too much. We didn't really look to push the game to Saint Etienne. We didn't need to. So that's not a slight on United. We just didn't need to do that. We kept it fairly even. We had about the same possession. They had a few more shots. They started getting a little bit more erratic as the game went on, knowing as soon as we scored that one goal, they now needed 5. There was no chance of that happening. We both had 3 shots on target. All in all, a pretty good team performance by Manchester United without anyone really standing out and doing anything. I'd say Zlatan was onside. I thought Zlatan was going to get a goal if he would have been given the correct call by the officials. But we are through. We are in the hat for the next round. We will see what comes on. Let's see what you guys are saying. Blind for Carrick, says Naf. That's a great shout. I just don't think that Jose's happy with the options at left back enough to move Blind into that position and give him the option. If we had a solid defence ahead, I think he would probably do that. And I think Blind is the obvious one in your head where you go, he could definitely do that job, unless Jose wants someone with a little bit more physicality, and that's where the likes of Michael Carrick do come in. He is a little bit of a physical guy. Chris said if Fosu-Mensah was on the pitch, then Carrick wouldn't have got injured. That's another good point. Fosu-Mensah is another player that can play in that number 6 role, and he can do very well at that number 6. So why didn't we try him? Why wasn't he on the bench to be brought on in the circumstances? Jose should have known prior to kickoff we only needed a goal. And then the tie was pretty much done. Unless he didn't have the confidence that we was going to get that goal, then you can bring Fosu-Mensah on, bring Rashford on like he did, and you can see that game out. There's no way Timothy Fosu-Mensah is going to start the final now because he's not got the confidence in him that he's played enough games. If Timbo would have played 4 or 5 games, maybe 6 games throughout the course of the season, then come Sunday, he might be an option for Jose Mourinho. But because he hasn't done that so far for Jose Mourinho can't play him like that. Bastian's another good shout. Possibly can do what Carrick does, but I don't think he does it quite as well. Certainly the defensive side. Bastian's a lot better with the ball at his feet, and he's good in that final third, not really in that middle third or the defensive third. Certainly not got the defensive aspect of the game. Southampton are a well-drilled physical side, and they're going to come at us, and you need someone that can help with that, and Michael Carrick's very good at that sort of stuff. Young is a good backup to Valencia. He wouldn't be my first choice even at backup, to be honest. He would be 3rd or 4th down there, I think. Soft yellow card. It was 2 soft yellow cards really for Bay's red card, wasn't it? Doesn't affect him in how many games he misses, but it was just a bit of a ball like that. We didn't really need to put ourselves under the pressure that we put ourselves under at the end of the game. Playing our big players, my biggest worry, and it's unfortunate, right to worry, says Trevor. I agree, mate. This is something that we can say about Jose Mourinho. The way he's going about managing Manchester United, very impressed. But you still have to pull up the things that you see, and in my opinion, is an issue. One of the issues is the burnout of the players. He doesn't rotate often enough. He needs to rotate more, and then you might not have seen the likes of Mkhitaryan and Carrick getting injured tonight, and then you would have the confidence that you're able to bring through some more players. He definitely needs to start bringing in more players, and then you won't have this sort of thing. Florentin Pogba for Blind. Do you know what? Florentin Pogba might be the biggest left back that the world has ever seen. He's enormous, isn't he? You don't usually see big fullbacks like that. Those minutes given to Fellaini should be given to Fosu, says Francisco. I certainly think that there's more future in playing Fosu Mensah than there is in Fellaini, but, you know, Simon says, how about Rooney? We will know by Tuesday what's going on with Rooney, I think, so I'll leave it at that for now. I'm sure we'll be talking about a hell of a lot for the rest of this week and over the weekend. Ibra didn't need to go tonight. Again, yeah, you're right. Ibra didn't need to go tonight. He's probably going to be more vital on Sunday, where we are going to need to score some goals and he's going to need to score some goals. What do I think of the Mickey T injury? I don't know what the extent of his injury is. If it's a hamstring, then you're looking at 4 to 6 weeks as a minimum, aren't you? It's bad news if it's a hamstring. That could really curtail our season. That could be a key injury to anybody that's a key player. Is going to really throw this season a whack, I think. Mickey only started playing towards the end of December. Coincidentally, that was when we went on the run of all the winning games, though. So, you know. Can someone tell me what games Bay's missing? He's only going to be out for 1. You don't get a 3-match ban for a second yellow. It's just a 1-match ban. Someone getting all excited saying only talking now because of the injuries. What are you on about, mate? This feels like a loss. How does it feel like a loss? We are through. I'm buzzing that we're through. I'm glad that we got through and we avoided the issues of what could happen with, you know, making this a real drawn out game. We did the best thing. It didn't lead to it being the best game of football ever, did it? But we did the right thing in terms of getting that early goal and putting the tie to bed straight away. Now it's just what we've got to think about on Sunday, and obviously what this means for the end of the season. Sat on the bench for the entire game after going off. Shouldn't be too bad. That's a good point. Yeah, he didn't go straight down the tunnel. It didn't look like he needed treatment straight away. So hopefully it's just like, do you know what? That felt a little bit tight. Give him a couple of days off. Give him a couple of massages and he might be fine. How about Ashley Young and his minutes? I don't see a future for Ashley Young at Manchester United. So why we're giving him minutes, I don't know. Need to work on a finish. Who needs to work on finish? Who would I choose for our next opponents? Well, we have to see who manages to get through the tie. We'll get who we get. If we get a tough draw, we get a tough draw. If we get an easy draw, we get an easy draw. You've still got to go there. You've still got to play them. You've still got to put them away over 180 minutes. Rashford needs to finish more. Maybe he does. He had a couple of chances, but maybe he does. He's still only 19. If you have a look at what Alan Shearer was scoring in the Premier League or the Football League when he was 17, 18, 19, you'll see he wasn't exactly pulling up trees. 5-game winning streak. Looks like we put them draws behind us. That's not a bad point, Spike it. I like that. Pogba, world class. Pogba showing up some of his class today. Absolutely, definitely. Lot of comments here. It's really too fast for us to go. It's not a sending off, said Azan. I agree on that one, mate. Young plays well, but then he's not a left back. He's not a left back, no. And I don't know if I agree that he plays well, to be honest. He plays okay. He's going to be 1 yellow card from being banned again. Well, there we go. And he's probably going to get one, isn't he? Need someone as good as Marshall on the right. We've got Mkhitaryan who can play on the right. He's not a traditional winger. He's not one of those that, you know, he's going to go around to the byline and get a crossing, but he's very good at what he does. You're going to have a bit of an asymmetric attack in 99, which was the best side I've ever saw. We had David Beckham, who would throw it in one way, and Ryan Giggs, who would run in. And it was completely asymmetric in how they attacked, but it worked. So I'm happy for us to have something similar like that going on. 1 second. Anything that you guys want to know about in the comments? Anything that you are saying? Luke Shaw. It is a little bit of a worry, isn't it, when you see games like this coming where you think that's the right opportunity. You got 3-0 up from the first leg. What are we going to do in the second leg? So that's where you would want to see Luke Shaw. He's certainly not going to come in the cup final. So then you're looking at the next league game, and with the league games being so important, can you really see him risking him playing in a league game? The chances for players to get into the squad are really becoming quite small now. So whatever he needs to do in training, then I think Luke Shaw needs to get on it quick time. And this is where I wouldn't mind seeing Jose Mourinho start to utilise the under-23 squad a little bit. Not necessarily by bringing the players in, but by sending the likes of Luke Shaw, who need match fitness, into the under-23s to get some game time. You can't get match fitness by training. You only get match fitness by getting matches. And I think that's what Luke Shaw needs. I think at the time Mkhitaryan probably need that. There's a lot of players that need to come and get game time. I've not really got much else to say on the match because it was just really a non-event, wasn't it? The early goal from Mkhitaryan absolutely killed it, and it was a fantastic finish. Great cross from Juan Mata. Mkhitaryan got on it. I thought Pogba was good. He's shown some unbelievable skills, which he's definitely got in his locker. Pogba was good today. Possibly the match for Paul Pogba, but to be honest, no one really stood out. It was just quite a solid Manchester United team performance. No one made any massive clangers. No one really stood out and was amazing. Someone in the comments saying, how do we fit Cruz into this team? Cruz comes in for Michael Carrick and you just carry on exactly like that for me, I think. Do we need academy players for the right back, left back problems? I wouldn't necessarily say there's a right back problem. I'm not sure I would say there's a left back problem. You've got a left back that we're trying to get back up to fitness, back up to speed, and he will get back into the team as and when he can do, I think. I said we would lose. I said we could lose. And we could have lost. We played a lot stronger team than the team I expected us to play. I thought we would rotate with all this going out tomorrow. Anyway, that's me done. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe and comment. Get all your questions out in below. Keep your lots of Full-Time Devils. We've got all sorts of stuff coming out for the cup final this weekend. And I'll see you later.